A new year brings a new Pantone color of the year. This year's color is described as a shade rooted in nature and expressive of a new signal of strength. Pantone says it's brave and fearless, and a pulsating color whose exuberance promotes a joyous and optimistic celebration, writing a new narrative. This year's color, Viva Magenta. Patricia Thoms is an interior designer with Montgomery's. She says that if you share the same verve for life and rebellious spirit as Viva Magenta, that she has the perfect ways to incorporate it into your existing interior design. Welcome.
Welcome.
It's so nice to have you. So,
thank you.
One thing that you shared with me about color is that it's very cyclical, and you can see and learn from the past. And you actually experienced this on a recent trip to Portugal.
Yes, I went to Palace in Portugal, very close to Lisbon, is around 30 minutes. And when I went there, I saw a lot of velvet and Viva Magenta and the reddish color in the furniture too and the draperies.
Well, you have some images to share too. So let's take a look and you can walk us through it. We're going to start in sort of this hallway area.
Yes, this is a fantastic palace. And you can see velvet everywhere. And you can see on the professional drapery too and the tufted sofas and the chairs.
Yes, and then we're going to move into this dining area.
Yeah, this is fantastic. You can see the beautiful wood chairs and the tables, and you see on the back. What catch my eyes is exactly this Viva Magenta color on the draperies.
And the bedroom is even more
stunning.
Yeah.
You can see exactly the fringes, and you see the velvet again. And this is super old furniture, and I always think you understand about the trends, and you understand about the back and the past and the history.
Yeah, because we think of it maybe as something new and trendy, but these things come back all the time, and you can look back and see how it was used in the past too.
Exactly, everything can come back.
So now, if you're wanting to incorporate this very bold color into your existing decor, or use it when you make something new, what are some ways to bring the color in?
Well, for sure, you can start with the decors. Normally, I prefer more neutral color on the big furnitures and the walls. And I like to introduce this Viva Magenta or like pinkish, reddish color, more like pillows, flooring. You can put in professional draperies and anything. More in decors.
More in the decors. And an example is this, you have an image of this pattern for a rug.
Yep.
And we can pull that up on the screen too. So that's a rug that just brings in a little bit of that color.
This rug has exactly the Viva Magenta color. And you see you can flow perfect with a lot of different color. We have like a blue, green,
so we're seeing it on screen now. It's kind of going step by step in the room that you use it in.
This is perfect.
And then we're going to see as you kind of tie more in, because we see those professional draperies come in and the pinks.
You see when you put the Viva Magenta on the floor and you pop a little bit on the wall, on the professional draperies, this gave completely different...
It's just a completely different vibe, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So when I'm wanting to add that, though, and I don't want to make everything pink, you have the actual material you kind of paired some of this with, too, to show us.
Exactly. This is exactly the Viva Magenta we put on the draperies.
Okay.
And this is the acrylic rod.
Yep.
I use with a little bit of brass.
I love the details that you put into everything, right?
Thank you. And we have there two big chairs, exactly this navy.
So it's like a navy with it.
Just to broke a little bit and make it more fun. I really like this navy combination with this Viva Magenta color. And when you introduce acrylic, I think make it more special.
Yes, it's got a fancy flair.
And the fluffy too.
And the fluffy too, of course.
Yeah.
When you have some of these bright colors, how do you find... we have the actual sample here, but when you're going through materials and trying to find things, how do you do that?
Well, first I need to see what my client have inside his house before. I need to understand what the colors they have and what the color can introduce after. And the Viva Magenta is super easy to combination. Like this room is for two teenagers. It's a TV room, and this is super fun to make it because the girls, they want pink. And they have two cute dogs, and I love to make and play with this color on the room. And I think it turned fantastic.
Yeah, and you can kind of see in some of these other fabrics that maybe you're taking some information from them. Like if you find something with the Viva Magenta in it, but it also has maybe some greens and stuff, you can kind of use that.
Exactly. Sometimes you don't need to put all fabric with Viva Magenta the same I use it, but they can have this point of the color inside the others. And this is make it just a pop a little bit and make the space super special.
Now,
unique.
Of course, if you really are interested in incorporating Viva Magenta into your decor, but you're feeling intimidated by this, you can always come down to Montgomery's because you do always have free interior design service, which is amazing. You can help people actually put it together.
This is what I do every day.
Yeah, right. So if you're feeling intimidated, don't worry. Patricia is here to help. What's your sort of go-to for... I notice a lot of textures, the velvet, the draperies. Also, you've got the fluffy. Is it important to remember different textures, too, when you're incorporating
Yes. Something what makes super special, too, when I like to make different type of textures, this is make super, super rich look. This is why I introduce a little bit of velvets, and I mix with normal, like, lining, and a little bit of fluffy. And you can see in this fabric, they have, like, the two together. They have a little bit of like a more gold color, and they have this different texture. This is normally what I like to do, and leather too. I love mix leathers and fabrics together.
Now, what kinds of things do you look around in the room that's existing that can't be changed? You know, maybe like ceiling or flooring that you're going to stay with?
Normally, I try to keep the flooring what they have. If they want to change the floor, of course, we can change. But normally, I like to see first. This is why I like to go in person to check my client's house, because I want to see exactly what they have now, what the furniture they want to keep, and let's go make the magic after.
And sometimes even what kind of a curtain rod you're going to pick might be if there's already accents in their floor.
We can keep it too.
That's wood, or if there's brass, you want to bring more brass in, maybe and kind of help.
Normally, I like to make the metal colors to match. Like if you have like this brass
you want to look
on the rod,
it everywhere.
I like to put this normally in different kind of the furniture too.
Thank you so much. Obrigada.
De nada.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Whether you're looking for furniture, flooring, mattresses, window treatments, or lighting, you're sure to find the perfect element to set your home style apart. And with showrooms in Sioux Falls, Madison, Watertown, and Aberdeen, there's always a Montgomery's and a team of interior designers ready to help. In Sioux Falls, you'll find them at 1725 West 41st Street. The showroom is located at 747 South Washington Avenue in Madison. Montgomery's in Watertown is at 1009th Avenue Southeast. And in Aberdeen, the showroom is located at 3502 7th Avenue Southeast. This Keloland Living segment has been sponsored by Montgomery's, proud to be family-owned and operating in South Dakota since 1888. Remember, Montgomery's offers always free interior design service.